So, but we are so lucky to have Mary. She represents Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium and the Leo Network, because this is a really important youth engagement strategy, and this is something that we're trying to do actually with the tribe, is get our youth more involved in what's going on locally with environmental issues. And this is gonna, you guys will really see how well, I'll let Mary tell you how it works, but the youth are gonna just grab this because it's high-tech stuff, and it's really neat, and it's exciting. So I'm gonna go get all those kids. Stall for like 2 minutes.
Well, thank you, Chris. So like you said, I am Mary Mullen with the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, and one of my projects that I do work on is the Local Environmental Network. I am the enrollment and the social media coordinator for Leo. And just like he said, we are trying to engage youth more because they are our future. They're the ones, you know, that are high tech and in technology and are out with their phones all the time, right? So they're the ones who are spotting things. We were also trying to engage more to elders. You know, they've witnessed more changes than a lot of us have seen in our lifetime and can tell us more stories than anybody else. They know their land better than anybody else. So being that we are high tech, when it comes to elders or some youth who do not have technology, we encourage them to partner with current Leo members to share their observations through them. So, can I go ahead now? All right. So normally when I give a Leo presentation, it's a live broadcast. We'll go right online, but due to the short time limit that we have and to stay on track, I'm going to give a brief overview of the network. Like we've heard this morning, all monitoring efforts are important. Documentation are important for resilience and adaptation strategies. So during this short presentation, I'm going to go over what and where Leo is and how it could help. I'll give some examples and how to join. And if you guys have any questions or would like help online or on the app, just let me know afterwards and I can go over that with you in person in more detail. So about 4 years ago, ANTHC and the EPA partnered and Leo was born. It was created to use local and traditional knowledge mixed with some Western science to track unusual and unique events due to our changing climate and environment. So as you can see, we've grown significantly. Today, we have over 930 observers in more than 224 communities around the world, with the newest hub just being opened in Mexico. So by taking local observing and mixing it with some technology and documenting and monitoring all that, it can help with planning, community planning, and help with resilience and adaptation strategies. So not only do we document it on our end, we hope that tribes and local communities record it and keep it for their data records on their end as well. We always have that backup for you. It also helps with tracking climate associated health risks. With all the changes in the environment that's going on now, there are a lot of ways that it can affect our overall health, whether it's by our infrastructure, food security, species and disease, waterborne diseases, harmful algae, travel safety, and behavioral health. And a lot of people wonder about behavioral health, but when it comes to people losing their way of culture, losing their homes, losing their subsistence and their way of life, it can affect behavioral health, and that's very important. And there are many others out there, but these are just a few examples. I'm not sure if many of you heard either, but recently it was in the Siberian Times where there was the permafrost, because of the thawing, released an old animal carcass that infected others with anthrax. So these are the type of things that can also happen through the changing environment. So every dot on the Leo map, colored, represents a category, whether that's plants, animals, species, water, etc. It helps us monitor around the state or around the globe what is happening for each category, so how they could be related. If they are related, do they have these health-associated risks? So they help connect the dots. And so with that, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. And I'm sorry, I know this is hard to read. I couldn't fit. I wanted you guys to see what the observation actually looked like, so I highlighted the actual observation. But this one was sent in to us from Sandpoint, and it's very important. We were very lucky that they shared their monitoring efforts with us. It's important to track this kind of stuff because, like I said, it's important to health. She said, we normally have harvested clams on Sandpoint Spit Beach beginning in September. But you'll see that the levels have gone up, and June was the highest level of the PSP toxins. So not only does their monitoring efforts help increase awareness throughout their community, but around surrounding communities, because many people, elders, maybe who do not keep up on technology and news and media and stuff, they don't always know. They just know that they've done this for years. This is how they live. This is what they do. But this can increase awareness about their food safety and food security, as well as their overall health for them and surrounding communities. So sharing information like this is very, very important. The next example that I have is from our own Chris Price here in Unalaska. And I'm sure maybe some of you guys remember this, the entangled humpback. This is significant to us because this is what, another thing that we're about is our changing environment, the way things are changing, not just here, but all over the state. Whether you're seeing increasing number of species or new species to your area, the adaptation practices for us, as well as the animals that need to be taken, and the recognition of that is very important, and how we need to overcome this, what steps need to be taken. So in the north, there's more animals moving in which have ticks. So that's something that they're looking for now in other areas, are there ticks coming to Alaska? So different parts of Alaska are seeing all sorts of things with warming waters or ocean acidification, permafrost thawing, sea melting, or sea ice melting. All of that is going to affect our whole environment.
Can you go back on that and show Melissa Good actually did the response part?
Oh, yes.
There she is in the yellow.
So oh, that's her down there on the bottom. So Chris, on the right, you'll see the observer with the green tag is Chris Price, and the consult, Melissa Good. So she, we don't really have it up there. We haven't gotten a whole lot back yet on that. We just showed that we had sent it to her for consult. So when more of a consult comes in, sometimes these observations can get quite lengthy, because we do have the original observations, we have consults and resources, and Leo comments as well. We'll also have related observations for use as well, so if you're more curious, you can look into that. But thank you to Chris and Melissa for sharing that and consulting. The next example is the marine mammal mortality, and that is a trending Leo topic that we are doing right now. We have quite a few of them, but this is the one that I felt I'd like to share with you. So on the map right there, those are all the places that we have had reports of mortalities, whether they're human-caused or unknown or diseased. So clearly there was more than nine mortalities over the past year, but these are the ones that have been shared with the local environmental network. And we are very thankful for that because we are able to map it, document it, and then share it with the appropriate topic experts who can look into that a little more deeply and get in touch with observers if needed. So how we do it is when somebody posts an observation, we ask for location specific. So many times, depending on who it is, we can get longitude and latitude or just a specific community, which is how we get it on the map. The the humpback from Eagle River actually was reported to Leo from a local pilot in Eagle River. So I'm not even sure how he found out about Leo because at the time we were tribe-based only. But he reported it to us, sent in some pictures, and it had actually had a rope around its tail. So whether or not it just washed up the Knik River, or if it happened closer up, I'm unsure about that. But so we take all the information that, and the more detailed the observation post is, the better. Anything you can give us, the more photos, the better. That helps the topic experts take a closer look at things. The app, it has a very good location sensor or GPS right on there, so it can get that for you with the location and put it onto your phone. And I'll talk a little bit more about the app here in a bit. So as youth or as adults or anybody are out and about, and sometimes you may not even realize how significant something so small could be, whether it's an invasive species or a mortality, erosion, or anything like that. Document and record and share with us so we can share that with the experts as well and other local communities throughout the state who may be seeing the same kind of changes you are and make connections to work with one another as well. So, how to join Leo? Well, you just go to our website, www.leonetwork.org, and you just hit sign in and join. The one thing about the Leo Network is if you are not a member, you will not have full access to the website. You can kind of look around, but you can't go in and read all the observations or post anything or make comments without being an actual member. You can also get the free Leo Reporter app on your phone, any smartphone, Android, iPhone. With that, like Chris was mentioning, you can have it out in the field, which makes it so convenient. You take that, you, like I said, get as many pictures as you can. It has GPS on there. And posting an observation is super simple. It'll take you through a few short, simple steps. Ask date, details, community, stuff like that, and what your observation is. Another wonderful thing about the app versus sitting at your desktop or your laptop is that even if you are out of internet range, you can still make your observation. If you're ready for it to be submitted and sent through, you can go ahead and get it all ready, and as soon as you get back into connection, it's going to upload straight to us. So there's that great convenience because there are many places in Alaska that do not have great internet connection, and when you're out there, that's usually where you see this stuff happen, seems like when you're not in range of something.
Okay.
And you can also find us on Facebook. We do post our observations on the Facebook page. However, like I said, if you click on any of that, you will not be able to go in and read the whole observation without being a member. And we do this to keep from people going in there and putting in things that do not belong, or people who are using Leo for the wrong reasons, and that's why we keep it member specific.